Hey everybody. So in this week's Torah portion, we have the Tamid offering, the daily offering. The word Tamid means all the time, regular, constant. And so there's this offering brought once in the morning and once later in the day before sunset, late afternoon. And Jewish tradition tells us, and I know sacrifices aren't the most, exciting topic, but hopefully we'll get an important lesson out of this. Jewish tradition tells us that the shacharit, the morning prayer service, is a reflection of that morning Tamid offering that we no longer do. We don't do sacrifices anymore. And the mincha and the afternoon service that we have every day is a reflection of that second one that was brought before sunset. Mariv, the evening service, by the way, doesn't have a corresponding sacrifice, and that's why the Mishnah, for instance, says that Mariv, the evening service, is reshut. It's not as obligatory as the morning services and the afternoon service. Okay, that's a technicality. Let's get back over here. So, similarly, we have a twice-a-day thing when it comes to saying the Shema. We recite the Shema once in the morning and once, this time at night, not before sunset, but actually after at night. And what this does, and when people think of like doing these rituals every day, same thing every day, what obviously comes to mind is that it's repetitive, it's boring, and maybe you might even get burnt out of the thing. I got to say the same thing every day. It's just like, I can't do this every day. So it all depends on how you view it. You see, when it comes to the material things, when it comes to physical things, we know you got to eat every day. If you don't eat every day, you don't drink every day, you're not going to survive. That's how you have to view your spiritual life. Same way. It's not elective. It's not when the Spirit moves me. It's not I'll show up to synagogue, shul, once or twice a year. When it comes to spirituality, when it comes to Torah and mitzvot, when it comes to tefillah, prayer, when it comes to all those spiritual things, you have to have that in your day every day as well, part of your life every day. And it's as essential as the material things. I oftentimes, I'll read in the Wall Street Journal, and they do these interviews with these famous people, well-known people, well-known sports figures, art figures, et cetera, et cetera. And they always ask them similar questions. And one of the questions that they ask them is what time you wake up in the morning. And then they ask them, what do you do first thing in the morning? And it always disappoints me, surprises me, how a lot of people say one of the first things they do is they check their email. They check their email? That's the first thing you do in the morning? First thing we do in the morning is Moda Ani Lefanecha. We thank God that we're alive. And that's why we have prayer first thing in the morning. That we look at the Spirit. You're not supposed to eat before you go to do your morning tefillah, morning prayers. Because we have to address your spiritual needs even before your material needs. And so that's an essential lesson I believe that we need to get out of this. That this is symbolic of the fact that you need spirituality every day in your life. It has to be a constant. And I know sometimes, just like food could get boring if it's the exact same food, you got to change it up, you got to get new recipes and such. Yeah, same thing with spirituality. Same thing with wisdom. Same thing with Torah, mitzvot, prayer. You have to get new understandings, new appreciations, new ways of connecting to God, the new insights, deeper levels, deeper layers that you never had before. So this is, I believe, one of the essential lessons we get from this korban, from this offering, is that just as you need to feed your material every day, you need to do the same thing with your spiritual side, your neshama as well. Have a good Shabbat.